Outside, lion, short-faced bear, hyena. Inside, fire, warmth, and everyone together in one place. The night of ancient humans was far more interesting than you think, and far more complex. Today, I'll show you what they did with those hours of darkness, how they survived, what they slept on, and what they said by the fire when they thought no one was listening. At the very end, one fact that explains why we became human at all. Humans are daytime animals, poor night vision, slew, no claws. By every measure, the perfect dinner. Cavalian hunted at night, hyena hunted at night. Short-faced bear ran faster than a horse. So basically, a night trip to the bathroom was an adventure. Scientists found bones of ancient humans with beat marks from these animals. At night, they were eaten. This is not a metaphor. The question wasn't, is the night dangerous? The question was, how do you survive until dawn? Fire was the only security system of the Stone Age. No subscription fee, no false alarms, worked better than modern ones. Not a single major predator evolved resistance to fire in millions of years. Someone always stayed awake watching the fire. The first night guard in history. No salary, no booth, no coffee. Predators stood at a distance and watched. Ancient humans watched them back. Everyone waiting. The first nervous stand-up comedy in history. So what did they actually sleep on? On the ground, with a layer of grass and furs. Their version of a memory foam mattress. They found traces of ancient bedding 77,000 years old. Grass, leaves, furs, and layers. They replaced the bedding when it wore out. The first bedsheet changed in history. Grass under fur isn't that bad. Modern orthopedists recommend a firm surface. Turns out, they were right. 30,000 years ago. No prescription needed. They all slept together in one space. Warm, crowded, loud. The first hostel in history. No reviews on booking. They slept cuddled up for warmth. Not romantic. Thermodynamics. And what about private moments? Yes, it happened. Of course it did. But when everyone slept close together, it required a certain amount of discretion. Anthropologists politely call it privacy in a public space. In other words, everyone pretended to be asleep. No separate wife, no separate lover. Everyone in the same place. That by itself regulated behavior better than any law. The darkness beyond the firelight was the only place where you could disappear. People used it. Officially, nothing was recorded. Unofficially, everyone knew. Coming up, what they said about it by the fire. There, everyone knew everyone's business. By day, they talked about food, hunting, practical things. By night, everything changed. Anthropologist Polly Wiesner spent years recording nighttime conversations around the fire. 80% of night conversations were stories and myths. By day, they talked about food and hunting. By night, about the meaning of life. That hasn't changed in 30,000 years. The first TV series in history. No screen, just a voice by the fire. And everyone listened. Whoever told the best stories was respected. The first influencer of the Stone Age. And they talked about who deserved who deserved a better partner, who didn't, and why that young hunter keeps looking at a woman who's already with someone else. It was discussed. Quietly, but discussed. Stay with me. At the end, one fact about what these night conversations did to us. Wiesner made one Moyne conclusion. Night stories taught ancient humans to think about people they'd never meet, to feel for characters that don't exist, to plan for a future that hasn't happened yet. Pause. This is called extended social cognition. Only humans can do this. Chimpanzees? No. Wolves? No. Dolphins? Almost. And this ability wasn't born in a school, not in a city, not in a university. It was born by the night fire. While predators roared outside, everything that makes you human, empathy, imagination, planning, was born by that night fire. Every time you can't fall asleep in the middle of the night, that's not a glitch. Your body remembers that at this hour it needed to stay a little alert. Every time a good story pulls you in, you're doing exactly what they did 30,000 years ago by the fire. Every time you discuss someone else's personal life, you're using the exact same social tool that helped the group stay together. They were afraid of the dark. They didn't let the darkness stop them. And in those dark hours, between the predators outside and the fire inside, they became human. That young hunter is looking at someone else's woman. 30,000 years ago, they talked about it by the fire. Now, it's in the comments. Tell me what you think.